Thick strips of dough pulled to arm's length, slapped down on the counter in continuous rhythm. Lamb tossed in the wok, cooked until tender, mixed with a fiery blend of sauce and spice. But it's this signature homemade chili oil, clinging perfectly to these hand-pulled noodles, that makes the spicy cumin lamb noodles a legend in New York. Head to New York and you'll find several Chinese noodle shops dotted across the city. But the wide hand-ripped noodles from the shop celebrated by Anthony Bourdain,
this place is unbelievable. This place is great.
Come from here. Now this is the central kitchen, where the popular spicy cumin lamb plate is made from scratch.
Spicy cumin lamb is a dish that's pretty commonly found in most of mainland China, like northern parts especially. But to put the lamb along with our white noodles, we're the first to do that.
Is that because you guys liked noodles, or you felt like New York would respond to the noodles with the lamb?
You know, we were like, all right, something cumin, something lamb, let's make this dish. So this is my favorite, right? And then the noodles is my father's favorite because he's a noodle person. He's not that much into rice. So that's how it came to be.
The noodles start out like this, a simple dough mixture made with flour, water, and a little bit of salt. And then how long can that sit before you have to pull?
最多不要超过半个小时。如果超过半个小时以后呢，它可能就面容易，就是拉很容易，但是呢，煮出来可能这个面有时候会有点发，效果不是很好。
So David recommends letting it sit for 10 minutes. But if you ask Jason,
I say 20 minutes of resting. Once you take it out.
Do you guys differ on certain things, or are you pretty much like...
I'm pretty consistent. He changes his mind all the time. He's like, a year ago he'll have standards like these, and then yesterday he'll be like, I want to change the weights for this, and then...
But one part of the process never changes, the noodle pull. Each portion is pulled to order. If they're pulled early and set aside, the noodles will lack their signature chewiness. How do you know when you've pulled far enough?
Ideally 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
All right, so, but I just go by...
I'm 5'3".
There you go. As tall as you.
Me.
That's about, there you go, that's about
Okay.
right? Yeah, so,
For reference. After they're stretched, Jason strips each noodle down the middle and throws it into boiling water.
We find white noodles better because it just carries the flavor a little bit better.
The noodles is always perfect. They're wider, but they're tender. They're nice and tender.
While the protein may not be the star, the most popular dish at Xi'an Famous Foods simply wouldn't be the same without it. To make the lamb, Jason and his father set aside 7 ingredients.
这是羊腿肉，这是孜然，这是辣椒干，这是盐，这是洋葱、生姜、青尖椒。 红尖椒、青葱、
剥皮蒜头。
David turns the wok up to full blast, adding in the lamb first and flipping it almost continuously.
You'll see him doing a combination of that. And the idea is just to keep the meat from sticking to the sides because that means it's burnt.
Then David tosses in the rest of the ingredients and a spoonful of the restaurant's chili oil, which famously flew off the shelves after the New York Times recommended it to readers in May. With a proprietary blend of 30 spices, that's where the signature flavor and heat in this dish really come through. The lamb is sliced thin so that each piece really absorbs all that cumin and chili and spice.
Yeah, it smells good, right?
It smells amazing.
Yeah. You don't want to try right now, or you want to give it a try? It's tempting, right?
I kind of do.
Yeah, go for it. You want to grab a try? Yeah. Go ahead, guys. Yeah, we're casual here.
I'm not gonna be able to pick it up.
I'm gonna give you.
We're good.
You got it? Nice. All right, there you go. No pressure, just in case.
That is so flavorful. No, really though, like I thought it was gonna be so spicy in your face, like blow up.
It's very approachable.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's very approachable.
The flavor profile of Shanxi, Xi'an cuisine is not to burn your mouth off.
No.
That's not the goal. It's a fragrant spice, 香辣. So you have all the fragrances, you have some spice. A lot of it looks intimidating because it's really red, but that's part of the presentation of the dish. But when you actually eat it, it's not that spicy.
No, it's very fragrant. That's like the perfect word to describe that. Before the lamb and noodles combine, Jason adds some more veggies, a spoonful of noodle sauce, and more chili oil.
Xi'an is actually a very historical city in China. The Silk Road actually starts in Xi'an and ends up somewhere in the Middle East. So there's a lot of folks going around, a lot of culture from different parts of Asia and beyond coming into the city. So that's how it has affected our food. You know, it's very cosmopolitan of flavors, even though it's still considered Chinese food, of course. But you know, thousands of years of history has made it into somewhat of a unique cuisine.
What was once a tiny Flushing restaurant has turned into 10 locations across New York City. And as the restaurant grew, so did its loyal band of customers.
When we found out it was opening here, we'd come in like 2-3 times a week. We've been going on websites to see like the ingredients to like make our own, like homemade, but I didn't get to it.
Then they came out with the cookbook.
Oh, I already got the cookbook. Yeah.
That's really.
I work right around the corner, and our back door is to their back door.
How often do you come?
4 times a week.
This is the most vitamin D I've gotten in like 5 months. Okay. All the chili flakes are coating my lips. Oh my God. I'm like pleasantly surprised at how it's not too spicy. Jason has this like sign in the restaurant that basically says you shouldn't order something not spicy because their dishes are made and curated in a way where the recipe is valued and the spice is kind of essential. That's the flavor you're ordering this dish for. And then just honestly, the added perks are tender lamb that's just beautifully marinated and delicious. And honestly addicting chewiness to the noodle. Look at the way it's coated. You wouldn't get the flavor and the impact of this sauce without the noodle. Like the noodle is there to accompany that sauce, and like it carries that flavor throughout this whole dish. And it's just like a nice fieriness. It's really, really good.
It's a reason to come to New York.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was worth the stop?
Try it. You will not regret it.
As an Asian kid, you know, Chinese kid, you're not supposed to go into restaurants, but I don't regret that at all. You know, after 10 years of being in the business, I feel like it was the right decision. It's not just about financial reward, it's about making impact. It's about people recognizing what we're doing as a way of, you know, spreading our culture. That actually is worth more than anything else.
Who makes the better noodles, you or your dad? He's not here to witness this. You will see it.
I think we make the same quality of noodles. I think my father will say he will always make better noodles, but you know, he can say that. I believe in my own abilities.